Hi everyone, this is Yana Smakula for SimonsSTM.com. Welcome back for another Yeepy for Yana episode. Before we jump into today's video, please answer a question for me. Have you ever used glitter cardstock for a background of your card? Pop into the comments and type yes, glitter, or no, glitter. In my video, I'll show you a cool way and a very simple way to use glitter cardstock to create a sparkling background for your Christmas card. Let's go ahead and get started. I'm using stamps from 3 different stamp sets today, and I'm combining them. I love to do this. This is what brings me the most joy in my craft room. So first of all, I have the Festive Merriment stamp set, and this one is really cool. It's one of those sets that are builder sets where you have different layers to your images and you can stamp them in different colors of ink to build multicolored images. I'm only going to be using the 2 ornaments from this set, but as you can see, you can create a whole bunch of other cool images with these stamps. I did stamp most of them. I cut them out. I was testing different colors of cardstock. I was just having fun in my craft room. So here they are. I just wanted to show them to you so you can realize the full potential of this stamp set. By the way, all of the stamp sets that I am using today, I am using them with their coordinating dies, and I encourage you to use the coordinating dies as well because that is going to make it a lot easier to use all of these images and enjoy them to the fullest. So this is the Festive Merriment stamp set. And by the way, all of these are 6x8 sets. Next, we have another cool one, and this is called Warmth and Wonder. If you remember, I featured this set in my last video, in my previous video, and I raved about the bow. You see this bow? It is just amazing. So I'm going to use the bow from this stamp set over my ornaments to add a little bit of festiveness. And last but not least, I have the Nostalgic Christmas stamp set, and from this set, I'm going to grab the Joy to You sentiment. Of course, this can be substituted with other sentiments that you might have in your stash or other sentiments from the other 2 stamp sets that I just showed you. I simply really like the Joy to You shape, font, and size, and this is why I'm using that sentiment. As for the color combo, I am stepping away from the traditional red and green, and I'm going with pink and teal. I'm using Carnation, Peony, Seafoam, and Surf, as well as a little bit of brown, fawn, and black Versaclear black ink. Okay, here is a sheet of glitter cardstock. Isn't that beautiful? This is cut to 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches, and this is going to create the background of my card. I know, this sounds weird. We are not used to using glitter cardstock for our card backgrounds. But why not? Why not use glitter cardstock for the background of a Christmas card? It adds so much festiveness, so much goodness, so much glitter and sparkle. I feel like it should be used for card backgrounds. Okay, let's go ahead and get some stamping done. I'm first going to stamp some ornaments, and I'm using my mini Misty stamping tool and Neenah Solar White 80-pound cardstock. I started stamping with my Carnation ink. This is the lighter pink that I have today, and I realized that I need to re-ink my ink pad. I don't often show this in videos. I don't really even talk about this in videos, but this is something that we all do. From time to time, we need to re-ink our ink pads because it's a consumable product, and as we do our stamping, as we stamp the images, we deplete the ink in the ink pad. So we need to refresh the ink pad by adding the ink from the re-inker bottle. So I went ahead and I quickly did that, and now I can enjoy my stamping without having to restamp the same image, 3 or 4 times to get a nice and good ink coverage. I'm going to stamp 2 of each ornaments. In fact, I only need 6 ornaments for my card, but I figured I might as well create a tag so I can easily stamp extra ornaments. I'm stamping the round ornaments. So this ornament I'm stamping in light, in dark pink, so carnation and peony. And then the other shape ornaments, I'm going to stamp those in teal, the light and the dark teal. The stamping process is super simple. On the packaging, the individual layers are labeled. So this is the C1 layer. We next need to stamp the C2 layer, and the C2 layer adds the little dotted detail to the inside of the ornament. So by the way, I really love this ornament design. It's so vintage. You know, it just, I don't know, it sparks childhood memories for me. Okay, I have aligned the dots. So second layer on this ornament, and I'm going to stamp those in seafoam ink. So I'm going for a pink and teal color combination, like I already mentioned. And then for the ornament topper and the string, I'm going to stamp those in light brown. You can see that I have a panel of white cardstock inside my MISTI, and I simply rotate the panel. This makes it very easy to stamp multiple images. I don't have to align my layers for every single image that I stamp. I only need to align the layer once, and I can stamp it twice by rotating the panel. I could easily stamp it more times if I needed by stamping this onto other panels if I wanted to, but 2 is good for me. Next, we need to stamp the C3 layer. This is the ornament topper and the little string. And to do this, to make sure everything works out nicely for me, I'm first going to grab the coordinating die and position this on my ornament. The string is delicate and it can kind of, bend to the left or to the right. And then if I go to use the coordinating die, I might not get a perfect impression or a perfect cut, I should say. So to avoid that or to prevent that, I'm going to temporarily position the die over my stamped ornament. So align it over the part of the ornament that I have already stamped, tape it down using low-tech tape, position the hanger, close the lid of my MISTI, remove the die, and then stamp the ornament and the little hanger piece. This will allow me to create the perfectly aligned ornament for my die kit. If you are not using a coordinating die, if you are stamping your ornaments directly onto your paper, you don't need to worry about this step. You just can go ahead and stamp it. Because I am using a coordinating die, I want to make sure that everything is aligned nicely. So this is a neat little trick that I use every single time I go to stamp the topper and the hanger. I repeated the same steps for the darker pink ornament, and with the pink ornament stamped, I moved on to stamping the teal ornaments. I did the exact same thing here, so I'm not going to focus on this too much. I don't want to bore you with all of my repeat stamping. Again, this is a simple process, and you've all seen me do this, 100 or 1,000 times. So I just went ahead and I stamped my little ornaments. For this ornament, you need to stamp the D1 layer. You then come in and stamp the D2 layer. For the D2 layer, I used pink ink, the peony. I used the darker pink for the lighter teal ornament and the lighter pink for the darker teal ornament. And then with that done, you need to stamp the D3, the ornament hanger, and the ornament topper. And again, I used the coordinating die to make sure everything was nice and aligned, and I stamped it using fawn ink. If you are not using glitter paper for the background of your card, you could easily stamp this last part or even other parts of your ornament in embossing ink and heat emboss it. Glitter embossing powder would look amazing here because you would be able to add a little bit of glitter to your ornaments, but because I will have a lot of glitter on my card, on the background, I opted not to add any more glitter ornaments, or I should say glitter elements, onto my stamped images. Okay, I'm also going to stamp additional images for my card, and I'm first stamping this little branch. I'm using Perfection ink as a base layer, and then coming in with a blending brush and adding a little bit of the darker green, this is pine, at the base of this branch, just to create a bit of color variation. You could totally do the same for your ornaments. You could have a little bit of, darker color at the bottom and lighter color at the top. This is definitely something that you can do, but I opted not to do that and only did that for the branch. Next, I stamped the bows for my ornaments, and I used the same colors of ink. So a light teal seafoam and a dark teal surf, and then the light pink carnation and the dark pink peony. And my goal was to alternate the bows on the ornaments. So if I would have a pink ornament, I would top it with a teal bow. I didn't do that exactly on my card, but that was the goal. You have a whole bunch of other images in the Festive Merriment stamp set that you can stamp, cut out using the coordinating die, and embellish your cards or tags with. By the way, the Festive Merriment stamp set is actually perfect for creating Christmas tags. You do have a whole bunch of sentiments in here that say, do not open until December 25, or made with love, or to and from, and things like that. So again, a very cool set for creating tags. Here are the 2 panels that I have stamped. As you can see, I also stamped some additional hearts. And next, I'm going to use the coordinating dies and cut all of these out in my Platinum 6 die cutting and embossing machine. I also die cut blank layers, I created blank die cuts. I like to back all of my die cuts up with a blank layer of cardstock to create sturdier die cuts for my projects, especially if I know I'll be foam mounting these onto my backgrounds. And, let's get real. We all know me. I love to add foam adhesive and I love to foam mount. So this just helps me create sturdier die cuts for my projects and avoid sagging. I also stamped the Joy to Use sentiment. I used the Versaclear ink in Nocturne, and I cut that out using the coordinating die, and you can see that beautiful sentiment in the center there. Next, let's go ahead and start building a background. My idea for this card is to have a sentiment in the center, so I'm first going to foam mount the Joy to You sentiment in the center of my glitter panel. Again, this is cut to 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. I'm making an A2 card, but you can as easily adapt this design to any other format. This can be a mini slimline. I'm really into mini slimline cards lately. It can be a 5x7 or even a smaller card size. Totally up to you which card size you prefer. Next, I'm foam mounting the ornaments 1 by 1, and I will have 3 ornaments above my sentiment and then 3 more ornaments below the sentiment as if they are hanging from the sentiment itself. That's why I really like the loopy design of the sentiment, because I can make it look like as if the ornaments are hanging from the loops of the sentiment. I do trim the string on that one ornament in the center there to make sure it fits nicely. And with that done, I'm going to start adding additional elements onto my card. I also trimmed the top hangers that were going outside the edge of my panel. And next, I'm adding the little branches and the bows. You could skip the branches. At first, I wasn't really planning on adding them onto my card, but I really wanted to add a little pop of green, and these worked perfectly for that. Everything is foam mounted on my card except for the little bows. To adhere the bows, I'm just adding a little dot of glue in the center of each bow, and I adhere it over the ornament string and the little branch. I'm not going to use the hearts for this card. I will be adding the hearts onto my tag, but I am adding a whole bunch of gems onto this project. I have some silver gems from Simon Says Stamp, and I added a gem onto each bow, onto each ornament, and also a whole bunch of gems onto the background. Normally, I wouldn't be combining gems with glitter cardstock, but this time around, I decided because it's a Christmas card, it's a festive project, why not add gems over the glitter cardstock? So this is a look at the card. And next, I even have a little tag for you. So I used a tag die. I cut a tag shape from glitter cardstock. Again, that same glitter cardstock. I added a little bit of iridescent white cord from Simon Says Stamp, and that finished my project. So here's a look at the tag and card I have created for you today, featuring the Festive Merriment stamp set and glitter cardstock. That's it for me for today. I hope you enjoyed this project. Don't forget to pop into the comments and let me know if you've ever used glitter cardstock for the background of your card, or if you are going to give it a try after watching this video. Thanks so much for joining me today. Love you guys, and I'll see you again next time.